decided to swap over to a Toyota 8.6 to get some perspective. Now, I think this is one of the best handling cars out here these days. I genuinely believe that this thing is a fabulous driving car. And so I wanted to get some kind of perspective. Like, to me, this is the real track car in Toyota's lineup right now. Look at that, perfect pedal spacing for heel-toe downshifts, nice and smooth. Manual transmission, which for an inexpensive, fun track toy is really what you want. Whoops, off camera there. Honestly, this track is very tight and technical, and I really feel like this isn't much slower than the Supra, interestingly enough, because this car is so much lighter. It's about 600 pounds lighter, if memory serves. Really just a nice driving car. Now, Tada-san, who's here from Toyota, one of the biggest names when it comes to these cars. You know, all the enthusiasts know him as the guy, kind of the brains behind these cars. He's kind of a driving purist. And so I think when it comes to driving purity, wow, this thing is great. This is the car to beat. So I actually find it kind of interesting I'm sorry, I can't even speak. This car's just so enjoyable to drive. Perfect manners. Understeer when you mess things up like I'm doing. Oversteer when you get it just right. This being the TRD model, has big brakes, so you're never going to get brake fade in a car with this amount of power and this lightweight. So you can do this stuff all the time. In fact, the only limiting factor of this thing for being a fun track toy, I suspect, is that it doesn't have a big oil cooler in it, because wow, the oil temperatures have already started to creep up. But this, to me, is about as close to driving purity as you can get in a new car these days. Yeah, oil temp's already 260. Water temp's fine, but I wanted this thing as a limp mode because I suspect if its engine gets that much hotter, we're gonna run into it. And a Supra driver has caught me. Supra's all on my tail. Dusting them in the tight stuff. Honestly, I think this TRD model is one of the best driving new cars out there. You don't really notice the lack of power on a circuit, as long as it's not a really tight technical circuit. Turned in too early there. It's okay. Man, this car is an absolute blast. Hey, oil temps have stabilized to 260. That's pretty solid, I guess, for a factory production car that starts at $25,000. So this one, being a TRD model, fully loaded, is right around 32 grand. Woohoo! This thing is the perfect driving car. The balance is perfect. The engine's a bit weak. When you're on the track, you don't notice it quite as much. The brake pedal's perfect. The steering is perfect. The seating position is basically perfect. If you want a track car for about $30,000, you can drive to work at 30 mpg, come out here, rip it all day, not have a problem. What the hell else can you buy but this? I wish it sounded better. That's one thing. I definitely wish it sounded better. Man, the brake pedal in this car is rock hard. I'm not kidding. I'm like barely pressing down on the pedal. It almost feels like this car needs a more aggressive brake pad to match what these calipers can do, because right now the pedal feel is so incredibly hard that it's hard to tell how far into the brakes I actually am. You know, I changed my mind. I'm coming around on the sound very slowly. Is it as good as a Subaru? Hell no, but man, when you're doing this, how can you really complain? Nice throttle lift oversteer, look at that. Such a fun car to drive. I've given this car a lot of crap over the years. The Subaru engine, I never thought it sounded very good. I didn't like the way it delivered power. I thought the clutch on this car was always kind of funny and the shifter was okay at best. But man, when you're out here and you're really driving this car hard, it is about as much fun as you can have for this amount of money. What a genuinely fun, enjoyable, and charming car.